Guys, before we get going right here, I have to say spoilers because I don't know if I can control my mouth in this episode. Alright, legends, welcome along to Here's Rodder's Reviews. I'm your host, Rodney Stewart, and we're going to talk a little bit now about the first episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi, literally released this morning. And I feel very much like an adult today because I genuinely wanted to blow off work this morning and sit and watch the first episode, but you can't pay your bills with fresh air, so I had to do the adult thing, go to work and bide my time, take it home to check it out. But in saying that, I couldn't let it go for the whole thing, so I thought to myself, right, dinner time today at work, went out to the car for a bite to eat, got the phone out, brought up Disney Plus, fired up episode 1 and watched the first 4 minutes of it. I'm not going to spoil this for you if you haven't seen it yet. Well, it's going to be kind of hard to talk about it, not spoil it, but definitely go see the show first, and by all means come back and check out this review. But more my own thoughts on it at this stage. So fired up episode 1, and it starts with the Disney Plus logo, and then it says that little thing that comes up on the screen that says skip update or whatever it is. I was just like, why am I getting this? It's episode 1. Why are we getting previously on sort of a thing on it? And they take 4 minutes at the very beginning of the first episode and compress episodes 1, 2 and 3, the prequel trilogy, compress it into 4 minutes, gives you everything. Obi-Wan meeting Anakin, Qui-Gon getting killed, Obi-Wan taking over to train Anakin, and the eventual fall, and everything that happened in the prequel trilogy, the fall of Anakin Skywalker, the rise of Darth Vader, the twins getting split up and sent off to different planets, and yes, we get into it. And I thought to myself, genuinely, when I heard this show was coming, of course, super excited to see Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I'm thinking to myself, okay, right, Obi-Wan is stuck on Tatooine for the better part of 20 years, looking over Luke Skywalker as he grows up. So I'm like, how entertaining could a 6-part series be of a guy hanging out in the desert, making sure that this kid is safe? But genuinely have to say, and I love it when it happens, when a show surprises me. Obi-Wan Kenobi has done it. It's brought it. It's so good. Essentially, Obi-Wan is hanging out in Tatooine at a distance, keeping an eye on Luke Skywalker as he's a kid that's like 10 years after Order 66, and he's working as a butcher in the middle of the desert, of all things. When you're down in your luck, you end up working as a butcher. So yes, this group of people turn up, known as the Inquisitors, and their job is to hunt down Jedi. And of course, one of them is obsessed with Kenobi, and she's known as the third sister in this group. And there's the Grand Inquisitor, and there's this other guy there too with them. But she's incredibly impulsive, and she has to be pulled back on the line a few times by the Grand Inquisitor and his first officer, let's just say. But yes, we get to see some of Obi-Wan's daily routines, going to work, coming home, and hanging out in his cave, and he gets a visit from a Jawa and buys a toy off him to take to leave at the farm for Luke. Of course, we know from the original Star Wars that Luke didn't really know Obi-Wan Kenobi just was led to believe that he was some strange old hermit living in the desert. But Uncle Owen, again played by Joel Egerton, great. It's like just these guys just pretty much picked up where they left off. Like, it just seems like no time has passed at all. And Uncle Owen and Obi-Wan go toe to toe. We've seen it in the trailer. Obi-Wan's like, and it's all over this toy that he's left at the farm for Luke. Owen brings it back and he's like, I want you to stay away from my family. Just leave him alone. And, you see that part in the trailer where Kenobi is like, well, when it's time, he's going to have to be trained, and Owen's like he trained his father. So this version of Obi-Wan as a broken man in this episode, and he's having nightmares about everything that happened between him and Anakin. You see this nightmare sequence in his head where you see the fight again, Anakin on fire, screaming "I hate you" sort of thing. So it's like he's devastated and heartbroken over the loss of his brother. That was his words. You were my brother, Anakin. I loved you, sort of a deal. But yes, these Inquisitors are on Tatooine looking for a Jedi. Turns out there's another Jedi on the planet that they're after, and as far as they're concerned, Obi-Wan is a lost cause. Just the Grand Inquisitor at this point in this first episode is kind of like, you've been told to stop. This is to the third sister. You've been told to stop obsessing with Kenobi. Do your job, do what you're told, sort of a deal. But it turns out there's this other Jedi that has came to Tatooine in the hopes of fighting Obi-Wan to help him. So it was kind of like sitting to myself thinking, okay, this is better than I was expecting it to be, and it's going down kind of a path that I would expect it to go down. Like you would be expecting somebody to come in to bring Obi-Wan out of retirement, more or less. So there's no shocks there, this guy turning up. But Obi-Wan pretty much blows him off, and he's just like, the days of the Jedi's gone. Take your lightsaber, go out in the middle of the desert, bury the damn thing, live a normal life, forget about it, we lost, the war's over, sort of a deal. But then the episode goes down the path that I wasn't expecting it to go down. We do see in the teaser trailer, or the trailer for the series, that he's looking through the binoculars over the farm. You see Uncle Owen and Luke are out there, and we don't just stop there. We go and get an update of what's happening with Princess Leia. So she is a bigger part in this series than what I was expecting her to be. And yes, this is the thing that brings him out of retirement. Of course, she's been brought up by Bail Organa, and you get to see her life, what she's doing, more so than we've ever seen of Princess Leia's background in this episode, which was a surprise and good to see. Yes, not going to go too much further into it right there, but it's Bail Organa that comes and gets Obi-Wan, brings him out of retirement, which is kind of echoing what happens in the original Star Wars movie whenever Princess Leia is trying to go to find Obi-Wan to help her in her struggle against the Empire. Years ago you served my father in the Clone Wars. So that happens in this episode as well. It's Organa that brings him out of retirement because Princess Leia, spoiler if you don't want to hear what happens to her, she gets kidnapped by the Red Hot Chili Peppers at the end of this episode, and it's the third sister that's behind the kidnap attempt. So when I say the Red Hot Chili Peppers, the leader of this group of bounty hunters, more or less, is none other than Flea himself. So the Red Hot Chili Peppers have her, and Organa gets Obi-Wan and finally convinces him, we need your help. And Obi-Wan is incredibly reluctant at this stage. He's, as I say, broken man, but the Inquisitors say it throughout the episode that it's very, very easy to hunt the Jedi because of their dedication to doing the right thing. And once they see someone in trouble, it's almost impossible for them to turn their back and walk away. So there is another influencing factor for Obi-Wan as well, and it concerns that other Jedi that was on the planet looking for him for help as well, that he turned his back on. So we're getting a good lift off of this episode. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm kind of all over the place in this review because I'm sitting here right now. 2 episodes dropped. I watched the first one, jumped on here to record this video, so I'm dying to see the second one right now. So I need to edit this video, hit the upload button, and get back on to Disney Plus and check it out. This is definitely much more of a treat than I was expecting it to be. I was really thinking, what could they do with Obi-Wan hanging out on a desert planet? Which, for me, that's always been... When you look at episode 4 and episode 6, both start off in Tatooine. And those 2 films kill me. The Tatooine parts of those movies, I find them not exciting enough to really keep my attention until you get off the planet and into space. And I kind of felt that too with even the Phantom Menace and the whole pod racer part of it. But I digress. The opening episode is absolutely fantastic. I don't think I've spoiled it too badly for you here, but maybe I have, maybe I haven't. But anyway, go check it out. You'll not be disappointed.